All right, let's talk about Tavern Manager Simulator. I just finished streaming this, and after 3 sessions throughout a couple of days, I think I'm good to talk about it. Overall, I would say I had a good fun time the first half of the game. The second half, it went very awry. It started slowing down and being extremely bogged down with a lot of bugs and things. And overall, as a simulator game, I think I recommend it at least over some of the other ones that I've played. But I think you really have to be in the mood for just a really chill simulator cozy game where you're just running a tavern. So let's go ahead and talk about this game, the good stuff, the flaws, and just, overall what I think about it. So this game came out August 13th, $13. You can get it on Steam PC. Not sure about any other platforms. I think only PC because I don't think it's controller support here. So this is not an early access launch, full launch. It's a nice fantasy setting, first-person simulator game. So basically, you are a tavern manager with no story. You are simply just plopped in the world and running around and then building it up from scratch. So once again, after 6 hours in, I'm done. There's still a lot of things to do in the game, but I'm quitting because of the bugs, repetitiveness, and the bad progression quests, which I don't think they tested it or thought about the mid-game. They just put a number down and said, hey, it'll be cool if they just do this quest while waiting for the next one. Mandatory, mind you. Okay, so let's go over the gameplay. It's your basically it's an inventory management game. You're going to be purchasing items non-stop and doing small tasks and mini games to prepare said items. For example, ale pouring, you have to hold a button down on a nice little gauge and you have to make sure to not overdo it. There's a vegetable soup stirring, where you have to, once again, hold a button down and make sure it doesn't go too far over. Then you have my favorite mini game, which is toilet cleaning with a brush. If you miss, you go ahead and swipe the brush along the outside of your outhouse and poop smears all over the place. It's very cool. Now for the progression, it's reputation based and money per customer. So every time you sell them something, you are getting, you're getting reputation. Every time you talk to somebody, you get a little point saying, hey, you're the polite guy, you're the polite host, you get +1. It doesn't help that every single person says the exact same thing. They should have used AI in the description there for every time they comment on that. Once your level goes up, you can purchase new upgrades. You got tavern expansions, so it grows and grows. You get bigger and better workstations and even fairy helpers later on. I would have really liked the tavern to be a little bit more customizable. At the moment, the layout is going to be the exact same thing if you watch someone else play. The only things that you actually have, say in for customization is where you place the tables in these small sort of areas that you have, the different orientations. You can put down decorations on the walls, on only certain parts of the walls, but at least you could put a cactus friend down and put a cool helmet on it so it looks great. Alright, so some fun, quirky things that I've seen in this game. The setting is fantasy. It's pretty comedic. Not a huge world outside of the tavern, but you can walk around a gigantic map and see a lot of fun things. There's a lot of Easter eggs and references. For example, there's like a Shrek swamp. There's a Dark Souls fire with a spirit chilling there. There's a little ninja hanging from the tree telling you to look for his friend. It's Naruto. Alright, so I'm going to go over the bad stuff, though. So I quit, but overall, I still recommend the game if you really want to see this type of stuff. For the price, it's not the worst. So the bugs are the fairies that help you out, and honestly, as you play the game, more and more things need to be done. You need to clean, you need to chop wood, you need to wash the dishes, you need to clean the toilet, you need to order, you need to pour the ale, pour the wine, put cheese on the rack, put a meat on the rack. You have to stir the food, you have to put all the stuff. It's just way more, like honestly a lot more. You get these fairies to help you out. They level up and you tell them what to do, but they constantly get stuck. Sometimes they don't move and you have to restart the game to fix them. Even starting up a game, coming back from a session, sometimes they're messed up and you have to like reorder and fix them. The interaction detection on some of the tables is really janky. The decoration is cool, but it's ultimately useless and it's a waste of money when in this game money is tight and you should be using it instead to upgrade the tavern and buy different items. They should have added some sort of motivation or integration with it, maybe even a quest. That would have been nice. Now, the game says that there are some unique events as you play the game. They are very rare, and then they repeat like crazy. I was getting the same 6 hours in over and over again, which is there's a beggar lady who comes in, you smack her with a frying pan to get her out of there. Also, a guy who comes in who needs water, give him a little bit of water for some reputation. And then a guy comes in with a freaking heavy sack bag like Ryu carries, and he tries to steal all your meat, so you're supposed to whack him as well. The progression quests are fast at first. Like, honestly, the first couple of hours of the game are the best, because it's nice and exciting to unlock things. You're like, oh wow, what's the new thing coming up? Oh, I finally get to organize some things. But then it gets really slow and really repetitive later on. For example, they want you to sell like 30 ales and 30 pieces of meat. That doesn't sound too bad, but when you have a million other things on the menu, you have wine, you have cheese, you have soup, and way more things, it's really hard for you to get any customers coming in exactly what you need to sell, because it's RNG, it's random. You're gonna be wasting half an hour, 2 hours, and you're just redoing the same things over and over again, which is prepare this stuff, buy the things, manage the things, which is the simulation part of the game. But the quests just are really dumb and slow. And 6 hours in, they give me a quest to sell 30 pieces of ale that might not be done for an hour, where the first thing ever that you sell in the game is ale, is very annoying. It takes forever. You get the same boring quest, selling an item. I feel like they're just padding out the game time. Like they just set it up like, okay, it's a mid game. We need something to pad out the game. Let's have them sell 30 pieces of meat that they've done 6 hours ago. It'll sell fast, right? No, it doesn't, because once again, it's random. People come in very slow. It's not like it's a constant influx. It's busy during the day, and then at night it gets very slow, and you're just chilling there. It's insane. Overall, I still have fun, but I just cannot see myself spending hours to finish any of these mediocre quests. The presentation is quaint, so there's nothing too crazy here. If the game ran well. I know it's a small dev team, and they're updating a lot with a lot of small fixes, some bug fixes. And as of recording this video, they just did another update that changed some weird AI art that they had. Apparently there was a small outcry of people complaining, and then they went out to rush to fix that, when they should have been focusing on even more bugs like the fairies and the annoying easy of quality of life fixes that they should have done. This game feels like it's 80% done rather than a full 1.0. I feel like if this game somehow gets fixed up with the bugs, they mess with the progression, and then they just, I don't know, they just update it more. This feels like early access, to me anyway. And then it could be good to go. But other than that, I think Tavern Manager Simulator is good. If it doesn't get any better than it is now, pick it up for like $5 later. But I think for $13, go get yourself like 2 Happy Meals, it'd be fine. But yeah, that's it. Interesting game, very interesting game. Great first start, but then it slowly started to show more of its flaws, and that's just too bad, because I really wanted to like this game. But that's it. Alright guys, if you want to see the full gameplay that I did, head on over to the Let's Play channel. I have like 3 sessions over there, adding up to around 6 hours or so you can watch that. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Come by Twitch where I live stream it all, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.